Huge day here on campus for us. We got 15 former players that will be working out here in just a few minutes for Pro Day. Excited to see those guys, go through this part of the NFL experience. Guys that have helped us, turn this program around and been a huge part of winning a lot of football games. Also great this morning we were out, able to get into Neyland and go scrimmage for the first time here. We're 6 days in, and great to see the competition. Plays made on both sides of the football, and as much as anything, thought played extremely hard from snap to whistle. So a bunch that we'll learn from here as we continue to push after Easter break on the back end of spring ball. So open it up.
Brent?
When you go into the first scrimmage like this, what are you looking for? What's I know playing hard, but beyond playing hard, what's important for you today?
It does start with playing hard. At this point in spring ball, you want your vets to act like vets and play sound football, play penalty free, but go out and execute. You got a lot of young guys inside your program that are getting their first taste of what it means to go play a lot of football. So by any stretch of the imagination, not going to be perfect. But you want to see guys that are going to go make plays, and that's offense, it's defense. We did a lot of good on good in special teams, and primarily in punt and punt return. You want to see guys that are putting themselves in a position here that you can start gaining trust in who they are as a player. And when something doesn't go right too, I think it's important that we see guys that are going to respond the right way. And so a lot of good, a lot of things that we're going to have to learn from today off the video when they come back in tomorrow.
Paige?
Speaking of that young group, what stood out most with that group today?
Yeah, I don't know if there was any just, one guy, Mike made a big play down the sideline today. I thought he competed hard throughout the course of the day. Thought some of our young DBs showed up just tackling in space. As we go through spring ball, those fundamentals are extremely important, but Boo Carter did a great job making plays in space, and some of those guys are consistently showing up day to day as they go through this experience and grow.
We'll stay in the back with Emily, then Austin.
Sticking with the younger guys, you said last week that you really want to feel a sense of urgency with them on the field, and that can kind of be difficult with them coming in so new. What have you seen urgency-wise from them on both sides of the field?
Just their competitive spirit when they've been out on the practice field. Those young guys don't take a back seat to anybody. Individual drills are up in the front of the line. They're constantly pushing to get reps. They've been great inside of the meeting room in the early part of spring ball. They expect themselves to do the right things and be mature, be a vet almost as far as their understanding of the game. And those guys continue to compete in a really good way, offense, defense, and special teams.
Can you talk about the tight end position from a standpoint of, like, you got a couple of newcomers with Holden and Miles Kitzelman, how are they adjusting to the offense? And Kitzelman seems like a guy who kind of arrived a little later than the rest, and maybe flies under the radar a little bit more. What do you like about him?
Yeah, Miles wasn't here for bowl preparation, but those guys inside of our program, the guys that just got here, Miles and Holden, but Ethan Davis, a young player. All those guys made plays out there today. They've been really consistent, in the first 5 practices too. I thought the new guys operated within our offense extremely well for their first time out on the field. Just, there's a certain way you got to play from snap to the echo of the whistle, but then, how we function and operate and communicate offensively, from the whistle, getting themselves lined up, getting in position, being efficient with their movement. I thought they did a really good job here for the first time.
Adam?
What's the status of Cam Selden, and with his injury, do you look, at least consider looking into the portal for depth at running back?
Yeah, with Cam, unfortunate, just early part of spring ball, had an injury to his shoulder, had surgery on it. We'll kind of evaluate, where we're at as the rehab process gets started, and base our decisions off of that, and kind of where we project where he's going to be.
Brent?
Where was Nico's operation today? How comfortable were you with him operating? What did you like that he did? Where would you like to see him go from one scrimmage to the next scrimmage?
Yeah, he's been really good, just in practices lead up to it, you know, being intentional, having conversations, making sure he's getting on the same page with the skill guys, but also with the offensive line growing and bringing energy to that group before driving during the course of it. I thought today, just the way he functioned and operated, controlled, you know, the huddle, controlled, we went into a 4-minute situation at the end, understanding the play clock, game clock, all of that, just functioned and operated extremely maturely today.
Emily, the catcher.
Going back to pro day, what's the most exciting part about seeing guys that you coach go through this process?
Yeah, ultimately at the end of it, it's them getting to a franchise and you know, putting the helmet and shoulder pads on and getting a chance to go compete for the, you know, for a job and you know, it's the next part of their journey. Just, you know, the maturity that our guys have had, you know, and some of the feedback that we've got from NFL personnel that's at postseason bowl games, how they've, you know, handled the combine process. You know, really excited for those guys. Show some of the maturity and some of the things that our coaches are teaching those guys on a consistent basis while they're here in our program. Excited for today, just because they get an opportunity for those that, you know, didn't go to the combine to put their next foot forward and put themselves in a position to go where they want to go. And you know, so today they're going to have an opportunity to showcase their athletic traits that you know, guys have already seen, NFL personnel have already seen on the film. So excited to see them go compete today.
Josh, when you're dealing with injuries in spring, it's opportunities for other guys. Going at running back with Cam being out, what have you seen from Khalifa and Deshaun, and how big is the opportunity for them the rest of spring? What do you see from them today?
Yeah, D-Samp's been awesome, just energy, leadership, maturity, understanding of our offense. You know, the young guys continue to take steps forward. You know, Khalifa's done a really nice job. You know, he's been extremely physical, was today as well. I thought he, you know, finished going forward all the time. And you know, Sean Bishop, young guy that got nicked up last year, just, you know, his growth inside of our program. For him to get back out on the field and showcase his skill set, handle the rehab process extremely well, and love the competition that he's brought. And Wilk and Barnes have done a really nice job.
Sam.
Coach, you mentioned in your opening statement you really liked what you saw from the young DBs. Who stood out to you today?
Yeah, I already mentioned Boo. I thought he made plays. John Slaughter did a great job today, defending a deep ball down the sidelines. You know, just ball-man relationship and playing 50-50 ball. You know, did a nice job on some of the tackles. Excited to go watch the scrimmage here, but Idris Farouk is a young guy that's consistently showing up here in the early part of spring ball too.
Anything else? All right. Thank you, Coach.